Hey everybody, how are you? It's Mary Bicknell, and I thought I'd do this video. Actually, I was inspired to do this video from talking to a good friend of mine. So I was shopping. You can see in the back there's a bunch of, oh God, I don't know, 20 pillows or something like that. And I'm having some custom made for the house and all this kind of stuff. And so she's like, how you doing? And I said, last night I was up crying. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just crying. And she asked about what, and it's because sometimes I feel like I've got it all together, and I do, like most of the time, like 99% of the time, I feel like I have it together. But every now and again, shit just happens, and I just feel like, and I'm crying and trying not to wake John up, and of course he can feel the bed kind of moving, and then he wants us to, what is it, and I'm all snotty, can't even breathe. Like the big ugly cry, and then and even actually, to make things worse, is I don't even know what time it was. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, or one of those weird witching fucking times where you wake up and you're in that crazy space. And little did I know that he had the alarm set for himself at 4 o'clock this morning. 4 o'clock. And then I was like, God, I feel so guilty because I want to like take a nap because I've been up for hours and I was crying. And then he sets the alarm, and then I end up getting up because, of course, I had a client from Europe, so I have early calls with her on Mondays. Hi. And anyhow, my point was, I was talking to my friend who's this really powerful, amazing businesswoman. Just one of my favorite people on the whole face of the earth. And so as I'm rattling off, like I was crying, and then I got 4 pairs of glasses, and none of them are right. This is one pair cute, but the others are, and I had the tooth thing and the house, and so she's always so wise and says, there's not a bad column and a good column, all right? It's all just interwoven. Work things, business, children growing up so fast. So then, of course, I was like, so how are you? And she's like, well, I've been in tears several times today because of blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, God. And then I said to her, well, I wonder how many other people have cried today. And so I'm wondering, do you ever cry? Right? Do you ever cry just because you have to just let it go? Let it go. Let it get out, for Christ's sake already. So that was on my mind. So I'm wondering, what do you do when you cry? What do you do when you're just upset? What do you do when you feel burdened, overwhelmed? Do you allow yourself some grace? Or do you just go do something destructive, right? Like, I feel like I could just be eating a ton of sugar, but I won't. I had a couple little nibbles because I just came from the market. But I'm fixing a nice dinner, and I got some yams, so I'll just be like, River will be home in a little while, and that's it. I'm not going to do anymore. It's like almost 3:30. What do? Do you give yourself some grace? Do you give yourself permission? And sometimes I think about what I would say to you, or how I would coach you or instruct you, and I think, God, how often do I do that to myself? But back to my friend, how many other people are crying today? So if you've cried today, hugs. Hugs to you. Oh my God, I know it sucks. And just know that this is just part of this crazy thing called life. And that might just be a sappy answer, but that's sometimes just the best you got, right? Breathe in, breathe out, and maybe just cry it out some more, or say fuck it, or go hug your family. Bye.